Morning. You know what the problem with one is? Like this pen. If I only had this one pen for a lifetime, would it be able to fulfill the task that I need for a lifetime? Would it be able to be there for me at the nth degree, no matter what, to sign every document that I need, to write every letter that I need, to make every notation that I need to make, so that I could have the life that I want? Because, a pen's a very valuable thing. A pen is a very, very valuable thing. Even in our tech-savvy world where we put everything into our phones and on our computers and we do all of that, a pen is still a very, very important tool in our life. It's really important. I mean, if you were to, here, I'll just show you. Look at my mess. See that? See that little mess right there? Yeah. That little mess right there, that's a heck of a lot of notes. Now, I have my journals. I have my trash journal, and I've got my positive affirmation, visualization journal. I have what I call my flow book, where I do a lot of work around business. I have just this little book where I make a whole bunch of notes about things. So just great, article titles or conscious coffee titles or a book or what have you. And I write a whole bunch of stuff in there. And then I make notes for it. Go figure. I have, a bunch of clients and I send them homework. And guess what I do? I write notes for them on paper so that I can come back and I can put together everything I need. So I'm constantly using my handy dandy little pen here. And I don't know how many pens in a lifetime I've been through, but I can imagine it's been a few, right? Imagine though, if we only were allowed one pen our whole lifetime. And this was it. This was the only pen that we could use. How limiting would that be? Not to mention how taxing would it be on this pen? Because at some point, the pen's going to run out of ink. What if we couldn't ever refill the ink? Which we can't do with a lot of pens, right? They're disposable. We throw them away, we get a new pen. We don't think twice about it. But in life, what do? We look at people and we go, you're it. You're it. I get one. I get one this lifetime. I get one best friend. I get one soulmate. I get one, one mate that is going to, from now until death do us part. You're my one. You're my one and only. Now, I'm not trying to derail beautiful relationships out there. Please don't get me wrong on that. I'm not trying to derail. I'm not saying that you should have multiple mates. Some people get married 5 times. Some people sleep with 100 people. Some people sleep with 2. There is no right or wrong, in my opinion, in this world as far as how many people you sleep with, how many people you choose to engage with, in marriage or in living together status or, whatever the label might be that you choose to put on your relationship. But what really hinders us, what really holds us back, is this concept of we get one. And here's what we do with it. What we do with it is we put all the pressure on that one. All the pressure on that one. You must do everything and be everything to me. You must. I can't go and do these events here without you. I can't go to bed until you're home. I can't eat dinner without you. Oh my God. That just made me think of a couple eons ago, many, many moons ago, when I was in my early 20s. My now ex-husband, father of my original 5 kids, not my 2 babies that I got now, but my dad to my first 5, him and I, we were in a financial service company, and as I think I brought up yesterday or the day before, but that's not the point. There was this sweet couple that we knew, and we, they actually witnessed, I think they witnessed for us with something, with marriage or something, or maybe it was baptism, I don't remember. Anyway, they were a really, really sweet couple. And even then, in my early 20s, I remember just going, what? Because she refused to eat dinner. Now, he was in business with my husband. They both worked for the same financial service company. And sometimes that meant that they were out on appointments in people's houses, writing up contracts for insurance and for mortgages and for mutual funds. And this process could take as long as it takes to buy a car. Okay, so hours. Okay, so it could be hours. So sometimes as a salesperson for the financial service company, you didn't get home to your family until 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. And depending on where your appointment was, travel time too. Well, this woman, she refused to eat dinner until her husband was home. She refused to go to sleep until her husband was home. She could not operate outside of the marriage to even take care of her basic needs as food and sleep until her husband was present. And even young, dumb me in my 20s wondered, what the fuck is going on here? Like, who is that dependent on somebody else? That makes no sense. You're tying your life up on one, and you can't do anything about it. You cannot live. You cannot live. You're preventing yourself. You're hindering yourself. So imagine, back to the pen. Imagine if this was the only pen that I could use for my whole lifetime. What kind of restriction would I actually put on myself? Because I knew that there was an end point to the pen, right? At some point, my pen's going to run out of ink. So I can't make the notations that I would normally make. Maybe I need to limit my journaling. Maybe I need to limit my education. Maybe I need to limit my creative thinking. Maybe I need to limit my doodling, right? My free space and when I'm doodling and stuff. Maybe I need to limit because I'm going to wear my pen out, right? So I would restrict myself to a great degree, which is what relationships do as well. We restrict ourselves. When we have a needy, dependent partner, whether that is our, sexual, intimate, marital partner, life partner, whatever we want to call them, whether it is a business partner, whether it is a friend, or even a close family member, such as a parent or a child or a sibling of ours, we tend to limit ourselves in relationship when we know that we are the only one. Okay, so in this instance, I would limit myself from writing because I don't want to use up my ink. Now, if I was the only person in somebody's life in a certain situation, then I would almost start to limit myself because I'm the pen. I'm going to get too exhausted from being everything to this person. So I'm going to start to just kind of retract myself and go, and to start to really try to not think of too much to go do or to experience or to speak up about. So I'm going to limit my vocalization. I'm going to limit my experience because I can't just be everything to just this one person. Yet if this person is saying, oh no, I can't eat dinner without you. I can't go to bed without you. I can't do this without you. I can't do that without you. Whatever those things might be. Imagine. Now if I'm have to be there on their accord and on their timeline and to make sure that they do stuff, what kind of responsibility is that? That's a massive amount of responsibility on one person. Not to mention the person who is putting the responsibility on that person. They are losing all their personal power right now, okay? They're completely being a victim to life, completely being a victim to situation, to the other person, because they're not allowing themselves to grow into their full potential because they won't go do anything without this one. Yesterday I talked about codependency. Obviously, this is another talk on codependency. Guess what? I received a couple emails more on codependency. I received a text message from a beautiful client of mine that said, oh my God, that talk you did yesterday, it was so aligned to my life situation right now. Well, here you go. Here's a little bit more on this. And it really is about us making the big deal about somebody being our one and thinking that somehow we are cheating on them or that we desperately need them in some fashion. A lot of times I hear this, well, I can't cheat on my partner by going out to dinner with a friend. That's kind of like, that's a cheating energy. They need my attention. They need my energy. I have to babysit my partner. I had to babysit all my friends. I had to babysit. It's all me. Oh yeah. Doesn't that feel great? No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel great. sometimes we do put ourselves into those situations. A lot of the times when we're consistently in those situations, we have to stop and question ourselves. Why am I in this situation? Why do I keep ending up in this situation? What am I gaining from this? And sometimes we gain, an ego boost from the idea that we are so needed. They wouldn't be able to get by without me because I'm just this. Yeah, that's a bunch of bunk too. But what happens is that we create these patterns in relationship where, if we have that ego of they can't do this without me, this is like that helicopter parent syndrome going on, except we bring it into our relationships and we bring it into our friendships and we make it really quite ridiculous because we are helicoptering all of our relationships. We're not letting them breathe without us. So you see, there are two sides to this. There's the status of I need you. I can't do anything without you. You're my one. And then there is I'm your one. You can't do anything without me because you need me there. You need me to hold your hand. You need my support. Because I'm so whatever great. And it's not that we're not great. We're all wonderful. We're all great. We're all powerful human beings. But anybody on this planet can get by without us. And most of the time it's far better if they learn how to get by without us on the front side of things. Yesterday was it? Day before yesterday, I was sitting at the drive test place with my daughter, my 16-year-old daughter. She was getting her driver's license. And I was doing a call with a client and everything. And I remember I had to sign some paperwork for my daughter, just some signatures, and the rest of it needed to be filled out. It was her birthday, and it was her driver's permit number, and it was our address and phone number, and that kind of stuff, right? Everything that she could answer, and not to mention it was some questions that just was for her. So I signed where I needed to sign, and I had my client on the phone, and I said, wait just a second, I got to sign something, and I signed it, and then I looked at my daughter, and I was like, here, you can fill in the rest of this. You don't need me for this. And I went and I sat down, and I remember my client saying, seriously, you're going to just let her do that? You're going to just let her fill in that important documentation, and you're not going to do it for her? I'm like, no, she needs to learn how to fill in paperwork by herself. This is her driver's license. She needs to learn how to fill out that paperwork herself. She needs to be able to pass the papers that she needs and be able to communicate with the attendant properly to get done what she needs to get done in life. This is her taking responsibility for something that she wants right now, right? And if I handhold her through this, then I'm not allowing her any space to grow. I'm not allowing her the space to feel like she's confident in where she's at. And I know that the person I was talking to, she's like, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, like that you're really preparing her for life. And I mean, in my mind, I'm going, this is yeah. I remember years ago, I sat down with another client, and I remember him so proudly telling me, and that he had taught his son how to microwave some food in the microwave, and his son was 15 years old at this time. So he's telling me that his son came to him and said, hey Dad, how do I do this? And he's like, well, you got to read the directions and blah, blah, blah. He's like, here, I'll come sit and I'll watch you. And the way he did it, he's like, yeah. So I sat down. I was like, okay, you open up the microwave and you do this and you do that. And now you pop that in there and now you put it in, you put it on 2 minutes. Okay, now flip it, do it on it, like this. And he was just like, and I watched him push the buttons and he followed my directions and he did it. Yay, he did it. I'm like, he's 15. He should be able to run the freaking microwave. He should be able to cook for himself. He should be able to clean for himself. He should be doing his own laundry. He should be doing these things. These are things that children need to grow, right? So that they can be confident out in the world, so that they can expand, have knowledge, be able to function as citizens of our world. But here's the thing. We don't do that with our children. It's said over and over again, today's 30-year-olds are yesterday's 18-year-olds. In other words, we have completely diminished the maturity level, the capability of our society because we have over-babied our children. And guess what happens? Now we overbaby our spouses, we overbaby our friends, we overbaby all this different stuff. And what we do is we constrict the relationship and we prevent them from truly growing and expanding into the dynamic human beings they are. This is not loving, guys. This is not supportive. As much as it might seem like, oh, I have to say no, or no, I need to cause some separation here, or no, let's do different things, or yes, you can take that trip, or yes, you should go out with your friends. I don't have to go with you everywhere. I don't have to go with you everywhere. I hear over and over again in relationships about couples being jealous. Jealousy coming from the man or the woman, but we'll just pick on men for a second. Coming from the man when his wife, girlfriend, goes out on a girl's date with her girlfriends or her sisters, and the guy throws this like tizzy fit of, you abandoned me, you left me here alone with the kids, you left me here alone doing this, you didn't even think to invite me, you were gone for 3 hours with your girlfriends. Oh my God. Like, really? That's horrible? So she couldn't go and do that? Or vice versa. The woman who sits at home pissed off at the man for taking a guy's hunting trip or something, right? How dare he take a guy's hunting trip? How dare he go golfing? How dare. I got a hair on my face and that looks like I got a big long blonde hair growing out of my chin. I don't. It's just stuck from my face. Oh well. All right, so point is the pen. Stop treating your partner, your friends, the people in your life as though they are the only one that you can ever have in a lifetime. Stop putting that expectation on them. That's a lot of responsibility to put on somebody. And the reality is that that's how we burn out our relationships. That's how we kill intimacy. That's how we kill connection. We really, end up smothering out love in that. We cause bitterness. We cause resentment because we cause fatigue on the relationship. And we prevent them and ourselves from growing when we become that codependent on any one person. So today I ask you, where is this true for you? Where is this true for you? In what relationship do you see yourself doing it? Or do you feel yourself experiencing this? Because maybe you are the one that has to be the one, or maybe you are the one that is making somebody else the one. And I want you to really look at that. Look at how the relationship is being held back, how each of you are being held back in that relationship. And start to think of, how can I actually create some space here in love and support this person and myself to grow and to expand so that we can become dynamic individuals that are independent and love to be around each other, love to enjoy life together, but can have intimacy with self and with others that this one person is not always involved in. And if you get jealous, or if you have somebody that's jealous in your life about you going and doing things with other people, or you're jealous about them going and doing things with other people, you need to fucking check yourself, because that's not love. That's insecurity. That is insecurity, and that has nothing to do with love. That has everything to do with you not doing your own work, not feeling love within inside yourself, not feeling complete within inside yourself, and once again, putting so much responsibility onto this one that you're going to end up killing a relationship. So, where is this true for you? That's your question of the day. Where is this true for you? All right, everybody, I am off and running, and to a very busy, full, awesome day with some beautiful, beautiful clients of mine. Kind of a little overcasty here. I'm just feeling good, though, today, even though I woke up exhausted this morning, completely exhausted, and somehow I managed to get my kids out the door and off and going quicker than normal, made it to yoga class, and got a coffee to boot, which was really, really impressive. I was thinking spring break, because where my kids go to school, there is no spring break this week, but I crossed through this path where it's all spring break, so there's no traffic. It was a magical experience, absolutely magical experience. Loved it, which allowed me to do some things for myself that I so desperately needed. But That's not what I'm going to say now. What I'm going to say is get your butt to one of my workshops. Get your butt to one of my workshops. I have tons of stuff going on. I want you to click on the events tab on my website. So www.kendalwilliams.com, click on events or click on programs, because I have tons of programs available as well. Online home study courses that teach you how to move through this shit. Okay? It teaches you how to move through this shit. It teaches you how to become complete in yourself. It teaches you how to have what I call that fuck yes life. A life of abundance, in love, in life, in your relationships, with your money, with your health, everything. You want to call in that good stuff? Well, let's get you calling in that good stuff. There's a little tips and tricks in there. I've got programs for online courses. I've got also, one-on-one stuff going on. You can always reach out to me for one-on-one. I've got 2 positions open that have come up for my private client base right now. And I have some amazing, amazing workshops. There are some sexual-based workshops coming around here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We have our oral intimacies class that Miss Addison Bell and I are teaching at the end of March, which is a phenomenal annual class. Don't ask me if it's coming again this year. It's not. This is the first class it's the only class, not the first. It's the only class of the year. It comes out every single year. Everybody always messages me and says, are you going to do this again? No, next year in 2021. We will do it in March of 2021. So you get it every March, okay, consistently. So hopefully everybody who asked me that or thought to ask me that catches this conscious coffee, right? Gets my little rant. So oral intimacies, which is exactly what it talks about. Oral intimacies, oral sex for him and for her, co-ed gled class. It is PG-13. It's rated for language. There is no nudity in this class. It sounds more risque than what it really truly is. It's fun. There's lots of laughing and enjoyment in it and all that good stuff. So make sure that you explore that. And the other workshop for local people that is coming out is the Integration Puja, which is coming up, I think, on the very last day of the month. You'll see links in the comment section to all of this as well. Make sure that you click on it. If you are a local person or if you would like to come to one of these, make sure that you get to that. The Integration Puja, it is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal, magical way to move through some massive stuff. This month we are talking about let's get lucky. Let's get lucky. Guess what it's about? Getting lucky. Lucky in life. That's what the fuckiest life is about. You know what? It's all about getting lucky. It's having one of those moments where you just can't believe how blessed you are because the blessings just kind of come in. I would say, you know what? I won a trip to the Bahamas a couple weeks ago. I won a trip to Mexico. I no sooner got back from a trip. And won a trip to Mexico. Then no sooner came back from a trip and won a trip to the Bahamas. And last night was gifted awesome tickets to go see the Dallas Mavericks. And this is part of getting lucky. Now, granted, I'm talking travel, I'm talking experience because I'm an experiential person. And that's where I love to see my luck flowing in at. And I count my blessings because I have 7 beautiful kids that are all healthy and strong and a beautiful connection in my family. That's lucky too. Relationship dynamics, intimacy and relationship, feeling good, feeling healthy, feeling strong. This is getting lucky. Do you feel lucky in your life? If you are local to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, make sure that you get your butt to this small group workshop in Plano, Texas. And definitely learn some of the secrets of getting lucky in love, in life, in your finances, and everything that you so desperately desire. And as always, everybody, I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. I love you guys. Remember, stop existing, start living, and claim that fuck yes life today. I love you guys.